Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to do another tag video. I really liked doing the reading habits tag. This is not a book tag, this is the get to know me tag, but I just thought it was really fun to kind of share a little bit about myself with you, and so let's just jump right into it. It's 20 questions, and I don't know if this tag belongs to like a community where only the community people were supposed to do it. I just saw it and I liked it, so I'm doing it. Hopefully that doesn't bother anyone. Okay, so let's just jump right in. So number one is, how old are you? So I'm 29 years old right now, but I'm turning 30 very soon on November 3rd. That's my birthday. Number two is, where are you from? So right now I'm living in Orange County, California, which is in Southern California. I have always grown up and lived in like a suburb of LA, so it's kind of different to be in Orange County, even though it's only like a few minutes away. I feel like the culture is a little bit different, but I actually really like living in Orange County. Ethnicity wise, so I'm Korean, because I know if you're Asian, everyone's always like, where are you from? Number three is, do you have any nicknames people call you? And I actually don't have any nicknames. My name is Sue, and it's not short for anything. It's just Sue, S-U-E. Number four is, what's your favorite season? And my favorite season is probably going to be winter. I just love layering. I love really cold fall. I say winter because in Southern California, winter is probably like everyone else's like fall season where it's cold. In here, Southern California, you know, we don't get snow really. It rarely rains even in the winter time, so I say winter, but it's probably at like a cold fall for everyone else. So I just love cold weather. Number five, who is your celebrity / YouTube crush? So my celebrity crushes, I have two. I can't really narrow them down, and it's Benedict Cumberbatch and James McAvoy. I really like them. I think they're just great actors, and they're so funny in interviews. My YouTube crush though would have to be Skomish, so it'd be Superfruit here on YouTube. They are best friends, Scott and Mitch, and they are part of Pentatonics, but they have their own YouTube channel, and I just really like them. I'm so jealous of their friendship, their total friendship goals. They are so funny together, so extremely talented. They sing so well, so they are probably my YouTube crush. Number six, what do you do for work? I work in marketing, so I do social media, online reputation management, blogging, things like that. So I've worked in marketing for a few years, several years now actually, and it's kind of interesting when I first started YouTube because I have been on the other side working as the brand. So I used to be in the tech industry, and I used to work with a lot of the big tech reviewers. So I would send them products to review, do some sponsorships, things like that. So it kind of has a unique perspective because I've been on the other side. And pet peeve of mine too, when I hear people like diss YouTubers for doing sponsorships and things like that. It's not so much so bad in the tech field. It's kind of like a given. A lot of them do sponsorships, and it's not really a huge deal. But I think in the beauty community, it's like, oh my gosh, it's sponsored, and like people like hate it. But I don't know, it's kind of different. So I have like a different perspective of that. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me or leave a comment down below, and I'll be happy to answer. Number seven, do you have any pets? And yes, I do. I have a little Chihuahua that he is the love of my life. I absolutely love him. He is just like my baby. He's 9 years old now. So he's becoming a little bit older. He's getting a lot of gray in his face, but I really love him. And I actually have a Facebook page dedicated to just animal world, I guess, animal welfare, health. I post photos of my dog, and it's called Peanut Paws. So if you go facebook.com/Peanut Paws, you can see him there. I also have an Instagram for my dog. It's instagram.com/Peanut Paws _. Someone else has the Peanut Paws, so I have the underscore at the end, and I'll put links down below as well. Number eight is, what is your biggest pet peeve? And I don't know, really, I have a lot of pet peeves honestly, but I guess my biggest pet peeve would be when you're out in public and it's like really crowded, and you see these people that just walk in a line like in front of you, and you're just like trying to find an opening to like go around them, and it's just so annoying because it's like, do you not see that this is a really crowded area, that this is busy? Can you guys walk like by twos or something? I know you guys are all in one group, you guys all want to talk together and all want to walk together, but people are busy. Number nine is, what's the most you've spent in one makeup shopping trip? And I think the most I've spent was probably about $200. I don't think I've spent more than that. I mean, unless it went a little bit over because of shipping or taxes, but I think probably $200, and I'm sure that was like at Sephora or something. Number 10 is, do you prefer drugstore makeup or high-end makeup? And I actually don't have a preference. I have favorite foundations that are from the drugstore that I love. My CoverGirl matte BB cream or whatever it's called, but I also love my Urban Decay foundation, you know, so it just depends. I just kind of like whatever I like. I'm not really a compulsive buyer. I will go on YouTube, I will research it, see how people with my skin tone or skin type use that makeup product or skincare products, and then I'll make a decision. And that's kind of what motivated me to start my channel too, because I'm such a, I guess, educated shopper, I guess. I have to know whether it's good or not, because I'm just lazy. I don't want to go return it if I don't like it. I don't want to have to waste my time doing that. So and a lot of times I shop online. I don't really actually go into stores, so I don't really have a preference. If I see something that's intriguing and I look up the reviews and I watch all these videos and it seems good, then I'll buy it. So no preference. The next question is, when did you first start wearing makeup? So I think I first started wearing makeup in 8th grade. I don't think I put any foundation on. It was just mostly like eyeliner, eyeshadow, a lot of glitter, lip gloss, things like that. That's kind of when I first started. What do you love, hate about makeup? I think what I love about makeup is I think it can be very therapeutic. I think just getting ready, not necessarily in the morning because I'm usually rushing out the door, but just, I don't know, just putting on different makeup like eyeshadow and eyeliner and just everything, it like relaxes me, and it just gives me a lot of confidence, so that even when I'm feeling like, you know, those days when you have crap days and you just don't feel like whatever, you know, and you put on your makeup and your makeup comes out really well, like all of a sudden I just feel so good about myself. What I hate about makeup is probably how long it takes me. I don't know other people, but when I'm getting ready for like YouTube or something, or I want to do like a full face of makeup, it takes me forever. I wish there was just like, I don't know, just like blink and it's all on my face already. So it's kind of weird. Even though I like the process of putting it on and I find it relaxing, some days I just find it really annoying and it just takes a really long time. So. Number 13, other than beauty, what else are you passionately into? Secret talents? I actually don't have any secret talents. I'm musically challenged. I can't play any instruments. But my other passions would probably have to be reading. So I love books, and so if you follow me on Instagram, plug right there, just follow me at beautyblossom8. I post a lot of different books that I'm reading at the time, and I just love books. I've always been a bookworm. I'm proud to say that in 6th grade I won the most pages read award out of the whole school. So I've always just been a big bookworm, and I just love reading. I think it's just a nice escape and it relaxes me. And being an introvert, I just really like being at home and kind of like cuddling up with a book, or even just going to a cafe and just reading. So definitely reading and books are one of my passions. Number 14 is if you are upset and or unmotivated, how do you make yourself feel better? So I always try to look at, I don't know, the end goal. That tends to motivate me, looking at the end user. So whether it's an animal or whether it's YouTube and it's someone who watches one of my videos and makes a decision to buy something or not to buy something, and that helps them, makes them happier. I think thinking about the end goal definitely motivates me a little bit more. Now if I'm really stressed and I need some downtime, then again, cuddling with a good book, just kind of unplugging, that tends to be a good way for me to reset and recharge myself. Okay, and number 15, if you had a week to travel anywhere, all expenses paid, where would you go? And this is really easy. I would go to Ireland. Ireland has been my dream vacation. Ever since I was really little, I've just been really into Irish like folklore and fairy tales, and I was just so into Irish history and culture and stories that, I don't know, I've always had this thing in my head of Ireland. So I definitely would go to Ireland. I just think it's so beautiful when I see photos of the landscape and the castles and just the people there. It just seems really, really fun and interesting. So I definitely go there. Okay, number 16 is why and when did you start YouTube? And I believe I started YouTube 2014, I believe. I think it's been about 2 years now. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 2 years, I believe. And I have always loved YouTube. Ever since like high school and college, I would always just watch all these YouTube videos, like not even test it, like try those methods out on myself, just watch it because they were so fun and relaxing. So I always wanted to start a channel, but you know, I just didn't really think it was something that I would do. And then as I was graduated college and I was getting more and more into beauty, and you know, as once you graduate college, you're making your own money, you can kind of afford the makeup that you want to buy and the skincare you want to buy. I would turn to YouTube a lot to find reviews and just to see how things would swatch and how things would look on people's faces, and that's when I kind of really started watching YouTube a lot more, and it kind of motivated me to want to start my own channel because, I had all these like recommendations from my friends and things like that, and I figured why not just make it because I love watching it. I'm sure there's people that would like watching my videos, and there was a lot of times when I felt like, well, I want to watch a video, like a review. I want to watch a review of this one makeup product on this type of person with my skin tone, who's Asian, who has whatever skin concern, and I couldn't find it, or it was really hard to find, and that kind of also motivated me to be that person. If there's a product I liked, whether or not it's trending on YouTube, or whether or not it's trending on the beauty community right now, I figured I would make that video because, again, my motivation for making the videos are to help people make a purchase, or not make a purchase, but help them make a decision about a product. And also it's just really fun. So that was kind of the reason why I started YouTube. Number 17 is, what advice would you give to someone starting a channel? And I think for me it would be, make the videos you want to make. Don't feel like you have to do something. Like, there's so many things that are trending on YouTube, like the highlighter challenge or the ride or die challenge, or using kids makeup challenge or something like that. And if you, just because it's trending, don't feel like you have to do that if you don't want to, like, do what's comfortable. Don't spend a whole bunch of money if you're not going to invest your time in it. For me, I could buy a Diva ring light, I could buy a new camera probably that's a little bit better. But for me, knowing my schedule and my commitment right now to YouTube, while I love it, I can't commit to doing a video every single week. So I just feel like until I get to that point of commitment and I know I'm going to stick with it, I'm not going to invest that much money. I'm happy with the quality of my videos now. I'm happy with what I have. So I guess it's like, don't follow trends just because you feel like you have to. Don't go out and just splurge a bunch of money just when you're starting at your channel. Get a consistent routine going first, be really committed to it, and then really invest in the quality of your videos. You can buy cheap lavalier mics, the ones that you clip on. That's the one I use on Amazon. I think mine was like 30 bucks, and I'm really happy with the sound quality as it is now. Of course, it could be better, but I think it's pretty good for what it is right now. I do think when you have like echoing, or it's really hard to hear you, or you sound far away, that's when it's kind of hard to watch as the user. Also, lighting wise, like I said, you don't need softbox lighting, you don't need a Diva ring, but at the same time, find a good area in your house where it is good lighting. A lot of times I can't film in natural light, so this is good enough for me. I adjust some settings on my camera, and this is pretty good, until I get to that point where I do want to invest in a Diva ring. This is enough for me. So I will say though, just make sure the quality of your lighting is enough that people can see your face and can see the product. You don't want it to be dark, that they can't see anything, but at the same time, maybe you have access to natural light. Just go film in front of your window then. Next is, what are you trying to achieve with your channel? So with my channel right now, I'm not trying to make a ton of money or anything. I think I've been on here for 2 years and I've made like 30 bucks and I haven't even gotten it yet. It's because you have to have like 100 threshold to get it. So my goal is not to make money. My goal is just to have fun. It's just, I like watching videos and I feel like I'm contributing to the community, the beauty community, with my reviews. And if someone makes a decision to purchase or not to purchase based off of my review video, then that makes me really happy, and I'm happy about that. That being said, I'm also kind of realistic. So I do want to be more consistent and make more videos and hopefully build my subscriber count a little bit more, just because I feel like then more people will find my videos, and I kind of like being part of the community. I think that's what I have right now on Instagram. I have a few set of reviewers, beauty lovers and reviewers on Instagram, and we always talk about products, and we always kind of share tips and recommendations and things like that, and we actively follow each other and comment and things like that. So I kind of want that for my channel too, because I just think it's really fun, like, where you're all part of a community and you all just we just rave and love about beauty products because it's fun. Number 19 is, who inspires you the most? And it would have to be my husband. He's very, very ambitious. He had a lot of obstacles in his way growing up, as far as career-wise and education and things like that, but he's kind of overcome all of them, and he's, you know, pretty successful for his position right now, and he's just such a go-getter. You know, he's just, when he wants something, he'll do it, you know. So he's very much like a self-taught learner in a lot of different things, and he's just really motivated and passionate, so in his field. So I feel like watching him kind of makes me feel lazy, and I'm like, get your stuff together, Sue. Like, you know, you need to do better on YouTube, you need to start filming, and you know, so just that he really motivates me and inspires me a lot. Number 20 is, what advice would you give to your younger self? And I think the advice I would give to my younger self, as much as cliche as it sounds, it would probably just be confident in who you are, and don't try to hide or change yourself. I think for me, growing up, I was private schooled, and then I had moved to a public school, and I didn't know anyone when I entered junior high. And that's really scary when you do that, when that happens, because junior high, you're already kind of trying to find yourself, and it's a lot of hormones and craziness, you know, and I was just so overwhelmed. It was a completely different school, different city, different demographic, and I just felt really lost, and I felt like I had to mold myself into someone else, and I don't know, I just feel like, and that kind of stayed with me all throughout high school. I felt like I had to be a certain way or act a certain way, and it was just very hard to be myself, I guess. And really, even throughout college, it was kind of like that too. So it wasn't until I met my husband, I met him in college, where I felt like I could just kind of be myself. And I think that also comes with age. As you get older, you're just kind of like, you kind of have this like F it mentality, where you're like, I don't really care what people think about me and whatever, you know. And I wish I had that mentality when I was younger. And so when I see kids these days, and they're so confident, and they just kind of do what they want, and whether or not, you know, they have their own group of friends, but they're not so concerned about like fitting in or looking a certain way, I just admire that so much, because they're so sure of themselves. They like know themselves, that they're happy just to be themselves, you know. And I think that's really brave. And so I guess if I had to talk to myself, I would just be confident in who you are, you know, and people will like you. You know, you'll find a group of friends that will like you for who you are, and you just stick with them, you know. So I think growing up, because I was always trying to be a certain way, I felt very lonely in junior high, very lonely in high school, and I kind of latched onto like my boyfriend, or latched onto like that one friend, you know. But I think as you get older, you just kind of, you learn to kind of figure out who you are, and don't mind so much what other people think, or what you or how you think they think of you, I guess, because I think a lot of it is perception. Like, you think they're gonna judge you, or you think that they're gonna look down on you, but maybe they won't, you know. So I would just say, just be yourself. And I know that sounds so cliche, but I really do think that's really important, because you don't want to miss out on things that will make you happy. So I feel like, just do what makes you happy, be yourself, be kind, don't bully people. I've been bullied. I've been on the other end, where I've bullied, where someone has bullied me out of no reason, and I just felt very hurt and lost. And I've been on the other end, where I was part of a girl group, and we kind of like passively shunned someone. You know, it's just, things get messy when you're younger, and so it's just, be kind, you know. And if something makes you feel guilty, don't do it. I think we all have the conscience, and if something kind of pricks your conscience a little bit, and saying, oh no, I just feel a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm not leading it, you know, someone else is leading it, you know, I'm just kind of following. No, just don't do it, you know. And just quietly be kind, and if something doesn't feel right to you, then don't do that. So I guess that would be my last question. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had some kind of fun watching this video, and you got to know me a little bit better. I'll list all the questions down below so that you can do this tag as well. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye.